Welcome back, you guys, and wow, I'm not gonna lie, this video is releasing a lot later than it should. I had videos ready for if Kawhi re-signed with the Raptors or he went to the Lakers, so you're getting this a bit later than I wanted to. When I woke up, I saw I had like 37 notifications from Woj, Shams, and Chris Haynes, and I could not believe what I was reading. I did not consider the possibility of him going to the LA Clippers by himself, but with Paul George being traded there, it makes a lot more sense now. So real quick, who do you guys think wins more games next year, the Clippers or the Lakers? Let's talk about the narratives that Kawhi ended and how this Clippers team is going to look on day one. So why did Kawhi go with the Clippers over the Lakers and the Raptors? He had some pros and cons to go over with his team. If he re-signed with Toronto, there wasn't going to be an adjustment period like there would be with the LA teams. You've been there for a year, a chain of command has been established on the court and in the front office. Masai Ujiri will do whatever it takes to make the team better in free agency, at the trade deadline, and in 2020 when they have cap space. You're running it back with the same starting lineup, and you're familiar with each other going into the postseason. You have some young two-way players that can compete at the highest level, and veterans that have seen everything on an NBA floor. But at the same time, this core is aging in Toronto. They barely squeaked by Philly, and if Fred VanVleet doesn't have the best stretch of three-point shooting over 3 games in playoff history, then they probably wouldn't have made the finals. It would have been tough to go through the Bucks and Sixers again without an established top 10 player like Paul George on your side. If Kawhi went with the Lakers, you would have formed the best big three on paper, and once LeBron was gone, Kawhi and AD would have still competed for rings with a new roster. But there would have been a long adjustment period in LA. You gotta learn how to play with not just one ball dominant star, but another all-star big man that likes to play in the post. When should Kawhi step on the gas? When should you hold back and let the other two guys get comfortable? Not only was Kawhi going to have to think about these things, but so was AD and LeBron. They like to operate on the same spots of the court at times. Somebody was going to have to be relegated to a diminished role, and these guys just came off a season as the team's #1 option. Not to mention, there would have been no depth around those three with the Lakers, so if one of those guys goes down with an injury in the regular season, they would have had to put in postseason effort during a regular season that doesn't matter. The Lakers are playing for championships. With the Clippers, you not only have Paul George, but a nice 8-man rotation to lean on in case one of the top 2 stars go down with an injury. You guys remember the quote Kawhi said after the finals when he was doing an interview with Kyle Lowry? Here's what he said. "People don't even know. Our season was so up and down behind the scenes. That's how you know this is a great group of teammates. Nothing got out. You guys didn't know what was going on." So if Kawhi joins the Lakers, not much would have been kept secret behind the scenes. The media would have feasted on every little piece of info happening in the locker room and sensationalized every story. There would have been story leaks coming from everywhere. It was definitely important for Kawhi to have drama-free seasons outside of the locker room. If you notice, nothing from the Raptors side leaked and absolutely nothing from the Clippers side leaked. Now, to be fair, the details of the meeting with Lakers employees didn't leak, but there were leaks coming from Magic Johnson, who's not technically an employee at the moment, but still is very much connected to the Lakers. I'm sure Kawhi and his team were very aware of what was happening. Apparently him and his team found it comical throughout the free agent process that he was considering every team but the Clippers. From what we've seen this past decade, the formation of a super team was always in response of another team in the way of a championship. The Celtics were on LeBron's way back in 2010, so we joined up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami. Kevin Durant was beat by the 73-9 Golden State Warriors, so we joined them so he could secure his legacy. There was somebody in LeBron and Kevin Durant's way of winning a championship. In 2019, there's no super team that's really in Kawhi's way. There's a bunch of really good teams that can win in 2020. Kawhi has 2 championships already, and he's not in a situation like LeBron or Durant, who needed rings to secure their legacy. Kawhi already has a couple, so why not go to the Clippers and play with another star? And that star is Paul George. I think one of the things we learned about Kawhi Leonard is that he is a recruiter and wants to play with another established star. A lot of people were projecting the narrative of Kawhi wants to be the clear-cut man, and he'd never join up with another star. Well, come to find out, Kawhi was talking with Kevin Durant before free agency about teaming up together, and now we find out that he's been talking to Paul George, and they got the deal done. That's something new we learned. Kawhi is out here recruiting and wanting to play with other guys. I'm not saying these people were wrong, well we were, but I never got that vibe from Kawhi that he doesn't want to play with other stars. Look at how his career has gone. He didn't ask to join the Spurs, he got traded there and went from a role player to superstar. He also did not ask to go to the Raptors in a trade, those were just the situations he happened to be in at the time. To refresh your memory, before the 2019 season even started, a reporter from the Toronto Star said that he was hearing that Kawhi was talking to other players about teaming up next year, so it's not like this stuff wasn't out here. At times next year, Kawhi is going to take a backseat to Paul George and be the clear number 2. Before his injury, we've seen Paul George take the clear number 1 option role from Russell Westbrook and shoot like Stephen Curry from three-point land for nearly 6 weeks. I really can't wait to see this duo play together. So after the Raptors beat the Bucks in the conference finals, they asked Kawhi what he thought of Raptors president Masai Ujiri, saying that he is the best player playing basketball. What Kawhi said back was pretty interesting and applies to this video. He said, "I don't really judge my game like that. I'm more of a team aspect, see what my team is doing. I just want to win. I don't care about being the best player. I want to be the best team. I've always said that." And Kawhi probably made the best decision here. The Clippers have a chance at being the best team next year and winning it all. Shout out to Steve Ballmer, Jerry West, and the Clippers front office. They are fully aware that draft picks and young players are overrated when you can land established top 10 players. Was it a lot to give up? Definitely. Paul George is 29 years old, is going to miss the first few weeks of the regular season, and that shoulder might flare up again, but when you combine PG and Kawhi to this Clippers team that pushed the Warriors to 6 games, it makes me feel a lot better about giving up those picks. Because if it was just Kawhi, PG, and not much depth, I'd feel a bit more wary about their chances to win it all. As I mentioned earlier, the Clippers as a team from the top of the roster to player number 8 is pretty strong. There's going to be an adjustment period with everybody because it's a new team and everybody's got to learn how to play off each other's spots on offense, but on day 1, this is going to be a very good, very in tune defensive team. You saw last year how well they defended the Warriors with JaMychal Green on the perimeter. Well, now you got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. That's an upgrade. You can comfortably throw Lou Williams on the court next to Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. They can back him up on defense. That's one of the lineup issues the Clippers had last year. When you put Lou Williams on the court, you had to insert more defense into the lineup to make up for his lack of size. But now you get the defense and offense with Paul George and Kawhi. You don't have to worry about leaning on one guy to make tough shots. You got 3 guys who can put the ball on the floor, and that matters a lot in the playoffs, as we just saw a month ago. When the playoffs start, everybody on the floor knows what you're running, they know what your favorite offensive sets are, and your tendencies. You need multiple guys to make shots off the dribble when the defenses shut those things down. The LA Clippers now have PG, Kawhi, Lou Wills their main guys, with Landry Shamet and Patrick Beverley spotting up next to them. They have Mo Harkless as a wing defender to take pressure off of either Paul George or Kawhi in the regular season. They have Montrezl Harrell to clean up the offensive glass and be a pick and roll partner with those two. The only thing the Clippers don't really have at the moment is a big that can defend the rim, so guys like Nikola Jokic and Anthony Davis should have big games in theory. The best part of this situation to me is seeing Kawhi going out and recruiting guys and killing that narrative of him not wanting to join up with other people. Kawhi never said anything about the "I'm the number 1 man" persona that people were projecting onto him, so this didn't shock me too much. Kawhi Leonard is like most NBA stars. He wanted to play in LA, he wanted to play with another star, just not with the Lakers. It's also pretty interesting that Kawhi told the Lakers to delay the AD trade until the weekend, and he did not even join them. I didn't know Kawhi was a sicko. He really forced the team to trade a top 10 player to join with him. I gotta respect that. He was scheming on the league this free agency. Waiting it out definitely hurt the Lakers to get other free agents, but they got AD and LeBron, so it's not too bad. So I am content with how the NBA looks from a contender standpoint. We nearly entered a timeline where this Lakers super team was formed. If the Spurs traded Kawhi to the Lakers last summer, they wouldn't have had the assets to trade for AD. But I'm cool with how the league is right now. How crazy is it that the Denver Nuggets with Nikola Jokic might not have home court advantage in the first round? You're going to have the Clippers, the Lakers, the Rockets, and Utah going for those 4 spots, and you got the Warriors, Blazers, OKC, Sacramento, and whoever else fighting for those last few spots. So that's it for me. A lot more videos coming up in the next few days. I'm going to be talking about the Lakers signings after not getting Kawhi, and really breaking down this new duo for the Clippers, so I'll see you guys soon.